From the painful legacy of genocide and displacement to the vibrant contributions of the Garifuna community, Myrtle Palacio's presentation didn't shy away from the hard truths. Instead, it called for action, urging participants to embrace decolonizing language and step into advocacy. The event opened with a welcome from cultural advocate Yasser Musa, setting the tone for a day of reflection, learning, and empowerment.
This is in my mind, the intellectual logic for this book. But what's incredible to me is what she wrote in the foreword 30 plus years later, her updated foreword. She says, the new and updated primer is the outcome of secondary or library research through an extensive literature review and narrative analysis.
It is a belief that there are more than one spiritual beings, our ancestors, our Aharigu. So we believe in several, innumerable ancestral spirits. That's animism. However, aspects of Christianity has entered Garifuna spirituality. We have accepted it, and a part of our spirituality, a part of our belief systems. We have assimilated it into Garifuna spiritualism.
Graphic panels told the Garifuna story in vivid visuals, all while the sound of traditional drums filled the air with pride and purpose. The event wasn't just a feast for the senses, it also honored key contributors in award ceremony, with guests including representatives from niche joining the celebration. And this is just the beginning. These striking visuals are set to tour House of Culture and libraries across Belize, bringing this vital history to communities and classrooms nationwide.
If there is one thing you wish every Belizean and every reader would truly understand about Garifuna history or identity, what would that be?
I am learning, like I mentioned the date of 1799. I would like that to resonate because that is a contribution to nation building. Another area is teaching the educators, and when the map over there where our people, our men from late 1800 were dying in villages just to teach. That was a job that they had accepted, leaving their families for months, for the whole term. And that contribution to nation building, I want us to understand that and to understand why 19th of November. Those two areas, to me, are very much important.
Storytelling has always been central to the Garifuna and Creole experiences, a powerful way of preserving history, identity, and resilience. From the days of enslavement to the blending of Arawak, Garinagu, and West African cultures, these stories reflect how two peoples became one. Rooted in the island of St. Vincent and the Lesser Antilles, this shared legacy is a living memory of survival, connection, and cultural fusion, inviting us all to listen, learn, and remember.
30,000 years ago, a group of Amerindians, including the Kalalingos, Garinagus, and Arawaks, crossed the Bering Strait from Eastern Asia and made their way from Alaska to South America at 1500 BC. The Bering Strait theory, as opposed to other theories,
we realize that what we call colonial expansionism in some books, beautiful words, and I know somebody else is going to speak about words, but it was total encroachment. It was about dispossessing a people, displacing them of their lands, divesting them of their heritage, of their culture. Genocide. The definition of genocide under the UN Convention speaks to the eradication of a people. And this was precisely what was happening.
As the event came to a close, there was a heartfelt reminder of why these stories matter. Minister of State Dolores Balderramos Garcia took a moment to reflect on the power of preserving and sharing the Garifuna narrative. calling it not just history, but a vital part of who we are. Her words capped off a day filled with culture, connection, and a renewed commitment to keeping these stories alive for generations to come.
There is so much of our history, as I have said before, that we need to fill in all the gaps. And I like the idea that we have to look at our history not only from the point of view of the hunter, but also from the point of view of the hunted. So we must remember the victims of the colonial system, in addition to reading the book from a European perspective of what the history of Belize is. We must know our history from indigenous people, from people who have been victims, but from people who have contributed so much to what Belize is today.
Reporting for News 5, I am Tanya Arceo.